And we are live at 5. What's up, people? It's about that time again. Thank y'all for joining in. Make sure y'all start sharing it. We get the show starting in a hot second. Thank y'all for joining us. Make sure that you subscribe to the Facebook page, the Runnin My Mouth podcast. That's Runnin No G. Runnin No G. As you're joining in, please make sure you share. Make sure you share. We got a lot to talk about today. We appreciate y'all doing this all the time. We definitely do not take it lightly. This is going to be episode 47. We've been at this thing for a year, man. Consistency is the key. As we say all the time, anything you need to advertise, hey man, you need to be getting with us. Your business,
promotion.
You need it. You cannot have a business without people. Cappadocia.
Yes, sir.
You ready to get the party started?
In 1 second, sir.
Cappadocia said 1 second. He almost ready. As you join in the live, just hit the share button, hit the share button. We greatly appreciate you.
Appreciate all you guys.
Thank you for joining us. And please, as you join in, make sure you join in the conversation. Don't just be a spectator. Make sure you join in the conversation. You want to hear what y'all got to say too. This is an open platform, open forum. Thank you for joining us. As you join it, please make sure just hit the share button one time. Hit the share button one time for your mind.
It's about to get live in here today, man. We got a lot to talk about.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Run the theme music. Let's get the party started.
I don't have that.
Oh, you don't have it? Hey. I don't have my theme music this week, but you know what? By the time I upload the podcast, it'll definitely be there.
And guess what? You know who Batman and Robin is, or Batman and Batman, or
Yiddy.
I don't know, Superman.
What up?
Whatever.
Baby, this is the Runnin My Mouth podcast. I am your gracious, humble host, Gifted.
Kelly, baby.
What's happening? This is once again the Runnin My Mouth podcast, where we do exactly that. We run our mouths. This is episode 47.
47.
You get a lot of people don't even make it this far, man. Listen, it's a lot going on there, for real. It's a lot going on in the country. It's a lot going on in the game. You know, a lot of y'all know I rap, Caddy raps too. You know what I'm saying? And you can always follow me at The Real Gifted. And the genre I'm part of is called CHH, Christian Hip Hop, also hip hop. And we got a lot going on. You know, when I started going to church, I started going in, I grew up in church.
Well,
The New Zion Baptist Church.
Well,
Where the pastor is Reverend C.S. Christmas Gordon Jr. And look, man, you know, Pastor Gordon was cool. I mean, everybody at the church, you know, it was, you know, hey, man, everybody was cool. But in the environment, by my mama being a single mama, I didn't have, you know, a bunch of men around me to look up to. At church, the men were either old, strange, or gay. That's just the reality.
kind of horrible. That's your church. That's it. It was like 3 to pick from. Old, strange, or homosexual.
Homosexual.
Oh man.
And so I couldn't identify. You know what I mean? But I was in church. My mama had me in church. I was a junior usher. I was a junior deacon. I loved my church. We took trips. We did everything, right? So shout out to New Zion, right there uptown.
Take the trips at church.
Around the corner from the Magnolia. We had a lovely time, man. I got all my family, my friends still at the church. But anyway, so in 1999 I got saved. Now I've been rapping since 7, 8 years old. You know what I'm saying? And so fast forward, when I started going to church in 99, I knew that my message had to change because my lifestyle was changing. And I've always been the type of artist, I would never rap about something I didn't do or wouldn't do.
Right.
So anything that I rapped about, I either did it or I would do it. I was right next to, in that circle in the midst of everything going on.
So if you said it, you did it.
I would do it. 100%.
All right.
100%.
So basically what you're saying is that was your character.
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't a character I was
playing. Not a made up person. I'm just saying like that was your aura. That was the person of who you are.
100%. No sugarcoat, no nothing. And so I'm gonna make long story short story long. So like I said, it was 99, and I didn't know nothing about rapping for God. Didn't know nothing about that stuff. My grandmother, God bless the dead, Bonnie Waters. You should meet Bonnie. Well, you could. I was about to say you should meet Bonnie Waters, but if you met her, that'll be kind of strange.
It would be horrible for me. Where would I be at?
You'll be dead.
Exactly.
Doing a seance. I don't know. But I don't know why I just got confused, but I digress. All right, so my grandma brought me DC Talk. Shout out Toby Mac. Toby Mac is a phenomenal artist now, but when he had DC Talk, when you trying to compare that to the DOC, to Rakim, to Trey 8, to NWA, DC Talk just couldn't mix. And then also they had MC Hammer Pray. You got to pray. Pray, oh yeah, we pray. Pray. So that's all I knew about anybody rapping for God. So, my pastor, he prophesied to me, or whatever, Pastor Dwayne Johnson, salute. And he told me that God told me not to abolish my gift. And then also, Zeta, my wife, he asked her to rap at an event that they had coming up. She wrote a rhyme. The rhyme was super dope, so I wrote a rhyme too, and the rest is history. So as we getting started, now I'm getting to my point. So now I'm finding out about people because I didn't know that these people was around. You know what I mean? So now I'm about to fast forward all the way from 99 to Hurricane Katrina to 2005. I got to give you the background so I can show you where I come from. That way you can understand my mindset about what I'm about to talk about with Lecrae and with NuWine. So Well, I mean, for those that don't, I can't assume everybody know Lecrae. Lecrae was the champion of Christian hip hop until he decided not to be the champion anymore. That's his personal business. He just wanted to be a rapper that was a Christian. He didn't want to carry the banner of Christian rapper.
Is that
NuWine was the original OG. He would be like the Rakim of Southern Christian hip hop. And
I'm glad you went into that and said Southern.
Yeah, Southern. Yeah,
and then let me ask a question just on your statement about Lecrae really quick. So, because you said he was the champion for this era, for this particular era.
Yeah, for our generation. Yeah,
right. For our generation, but this era.
Anybody born 76 on down.
No.
Lecrae.
I don't think
that's not the point of the argument. The point that I'm making
is not an argument.
Ain't nobody, you can name T-Bone, you can name...
and T-Bone who was definitely a veteran.
He's a
veteran.
Usher
in industry.
You can name gospel gangsters. None of these cats reached the level.
Rest in peace to the big homie.
Rest in peace, so we're going to get to all that. None of them cats reached the level that Lecrae reached. Financially wise, show wise, it just didn't happen. It just didn't. And for whatever reason, it didn't. So that's what I mean by Lecrae was a champion. That's what I mean. I don't mean he was the best. All I'm saying is that he reached a level of success that nobody else reached. But let me get back to my point. So, getting back to my point, in 2005, I hit Houston after Hurricane Katrina hit, and I met the homie Trey 9. Shout out Trey 9. And so Trey 9 started, he the one that really put me on game about Christian rap and all these other Christian rappers, because I ain't know nothing about it.
Okay.
And so Lecrae was the big dog at the time, so he showed me who Lecrae was, and then he gave me the backstory. Now I had already heard of, I don't know if you ever heard of Prime Minister.
Yes.
Okay, so I had already heard of Prime Minister in LG Wise or LJ Wise, something like that. But I love Prime Minister because he sounded like Scarface. He had the rough voice, and he had that street content.
Part of the whole Grape Tree.
Grape Tree. I was about to say, I think the dude, he an old man.
Exactly. Right? I'm like, man, you just discredit everybody right now, man.
His name was like Nolly, something like that.
I remember his name, but Grape Tree.
I met him before. But Grape Tree.
He had all the Christian rappers was underneath this big
They
name.
was rocking, and so
most of them.
I knew Grape Tree had Lil Rascal. and they had this cat named NuWine. Now, so everybody that I met, by me being the street cat, you know, that's the conversation people want to have with you. So everybody that I met, they always told me about NuWine. I heard about NuWine more than I heard about anybody, right?
Wino was raw, boy.
Right, heard so, and I like this music. I love his voice. You know what I'm saying? I like this music, love this voice. Yeah. You know, I love this content, and so I always heard, and not just hearing about dude as an artist. I heard about dude just as a man, like the power that he had to just stop stuff. You know what I mean? Like whether he in the mall, if he doing the event, like the respect that dude had. Like people, I done had people talk to me about this dude like almost like on a pop level, like real talk.
Yeah, he's a real street cat.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So that was dope. So anyway, so fast forward. So that's who NuWine is. That's who Lecrae is. That's how I found out about these cats. So fast forward, I met Lecrae South by Southwest. 2008, 2009, I met Craig. He was real cool. You know, we chopped it up backstage or whatever. I'm still learning who homie is, but we chopped it up. You know, when I told him I was from New Orleans, you know, he let me know he got people from the city. He had family living with him for a hurricane. He also told me that my wife Zeta was his favorite female artist. I was shocked to hear that because I didn't know music was touching that far.
Remember you told me that.
And he also told me that he'll get on my record. I was working on a record called Street Symphony. I got a deal with Much Love Records, distributed by Central South Distribution. So, like, cool. So I'm working on my album. Me and Lecrae going back and forth via email. All this will make sense to you in a second. Me and Lecrae going back and forth email like 1 month, 2 months, 3 months. And maybe like almost hit like 4.5 months while we working on the project, waiting for Lecrae to send a verse.
When you saying you're going back and forth, this means you're in communication with him.
With his people. I talked to him a few times, but for the most part, it was with his people.
All right.
So then I finally got a vague email, Lecrae's go back out the song after like 4 months. Dude strung me along. Now, as I got into the game, I learned that the Christian rap game, it's kind of just like the secular game, because that's the kind of games dude, you know, like dude will tell you I'm gonna do something and don't do it.
Did you think it was different because of a genre?
Of course I did. Just like anybody that comes, think about it. You take somebody they straight from the streets, they come into church, they coming in, once they get comfortable, they dropping their guards. They think everybody up in there hugs and love, and you know what I mean? Like they think everything is honky dory. Like this is beautiful. But like I tell cats all the time, just because you got saved, do not drop your street sense whatsoever. You can't be beating people up in church.
I mean, I've seen it happen.
I see it. I definitely see that.
I've seen it happen, so I don't know about that part.
I didn't almost did it.
Hey, okay, you feel what I'm about. I've seen it happen.
But anyway, I've had a personal experience with about to do a song with Lecrae. Lecrae going back and forth. We ended up not doing the record. Now, I've heard this story several times from Lecrae, right? So now I'm coming to a story where
about Lecrae, you mean?
About Lecrae, right? Doing the same thing. Right. Instead of being straight up and saying no, he'll be like, I'm gonna do a record, but then either you'll have to have communication, or he just wouldn't answer.
So maybe that's his way of trying to be polite, even though it's a sucky way. Maybe that's his way of trying to be polite and turn down y'all's song.
100%, because when you know, dudes, when it comes down to Erykah Badu said it the best. She said, I'm an artist and I'm sensitive about my blank. You know what I'm saying? Right. And so, dog, we are sensitive, and sometimes when you tell a cat no, say, bro.
So, but it's worse, right? It's worse the way he handled it. You probably respect him more if he just told you, I can't do it.
Absolutely.
Right?
But I understand the reason. Now keep in mind, understand, just because I understand something, that doesn't mean that's the way that I move. You feel me?
Sure.
Because I'm going to tell a cat what it is, what it's going to be, how it's going to be off the rip. So that way we don't have no confusion. If I know I ain't rocking with you, I ain't rocking with you. But everybody ain't built like that. And I'm not saying you got to be built like that. But let me
So where you going with this?
All right, so boom. So now we got a situation where I wake up, you know what I mean? I brush my teeth, you know what I mean? I do my little regular routine. And I see NuWine he doing Facebook Live, and he got that NuWine look. He upset. He irritated. You know what I'm saying? And he's saying, so this is the story. This is the story that he's saying. I'm gonna just tell a short version. He said that him and Solo, rest in peace, Solo, on this side right here that I said.
Better say rest in peace to the big homie.
Listen, man, listen. If you don't know
Gospel Gangster
who the Gospel Gangsters is, man, I don't care if you hate God. You know what I mean? You should respect anybody that got a grind. Yeah. And these dudes was on their grind. Now, when I say on their grind, I'm not just talking about hustling. I'm talking about these boys is on tour with Rapper Not. You know what I mean? Like, these boys is in the trenches really repping God. You know what I mean? Like, so
Snoop.
Shout out to TikTok. Shout out to Chili Baby. But tonight we go. Matter of fact, let's go ahead and
Chili Baby, good. I love you, guys.
We gonna dedicate the show to my homie Solo, man. Rest in peace, bro. We praying for you. We praying for your family. There's a project that's getting ready to drop with him and NuWine. Let's make sure we support it. NuWine said that the majority of the proceeds are going to go to Solo's family. So let's get behind that.
Shout out Wano for being a real G for that.
Yeah, let's get behind that. So anyway, so when Wine did the video where he was saying that for him and Solo project, they wanted to get Lecrae on the last song, and so Lecrae said he'd do it. So however time went around, now all this is from the horse's mouth. You can search Facebook, search NuWine, and you can confirm everything that I'm saying. I'm just giving you the short version. So some time went around. Wine hit him up, Lecrae hit him back, let him know, hey, I like the record. I'm going to do the record, but we want to do some stuff with the beat. You know what I mean? We want to do some stuff with the beat. And so from that point, Wine said that he felt like that was disrespectful. He a producer, and as a producer, you don't touch other people's music without, talking to them or what have you. And so from there, he said he hit Lecrae, and like a man, he told Lecrae how he felt about it. So at that point, Lecrae just backed out. Like in a nutshell, Lecrae was like, look, bro, I love you, I appreciate it, but I'm gonna go ahead and back out, bro. I got too much going on in my life. And he decided not to do the record. So from there, Wine was like, man, that's just disrespectful. When I see you, we gonna have to talk. Now don't misunderstand me. Wine wasn't on no rah-rah. Like he wasn't saying like,
but he could be.
When he see Lecrae,
but he could be.
He was gonna bust him in his mouth and all that stuff.
Wine was a real one. I mean, he could be.
You know what I'm saying? But so
play with him if you want to.
So when I saw it, you know what I mean, I looked at it from both positions, right? And like I said, Lecrae did it to me. For whatever reason, he said he was gonna do something, he didn't do it. So, and again, I've heard several times where Lecrae did stuff like that, right? But then on the flip side, I know what Lecrae did for the culture. I know what he did for his people, how he put people on, things of that sort. And I know how he was when I met him, and every single time I was in this company, right? So, fast forward to Wine, dog. I always heard Wine on his pop level, super, like everybody respected them. So, I was looking forward to running across the cat on the same saw one day in Houston, you know what I mean? And so I finally got the opportunity at outreach, and I was disappointed. You know what I mean? Like, I'm expecting to meet this super cool OG, you know what I'm saying, dude that can put it down for the kingdom, boom, boom, boom. And when I met homie, he was on some Hollywood stuff. I mean, I've been around everybody, dog. Like that.
Yeah, but see, check this out.
Press that off.
But remember the statement that you just said that you told people that when they come into the church, don't lose your wits, basically, right?
Right.
All right. Well, I know is that type of person still. He's a real street cat, and a lot of people, if you don't know him, he's gonna come off like that because he don't know you.
I mean,
so I'm not telling you that because everybody's just not as free willy and nilly as the next person. Well, I know it's not that person.
Hey, bro, I'm not saying that this individual anybody, but got to be the life of the party. But dog,
he is not.
Right, I'm a real street cat. I know introverted people. I know extroverted.
But did you know that everybody don't rock the same way?
Right. What I'm telling you is the vibe wasn't even on no extrovert. He had this vibe like he was a star. Like I ain't gonna be around him. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna take no picture with him. I ain't gonna do nothing because I wasn't feeling the vibe that he was on. You know what I'm saying? Like, for whatever reason, he might was having a bad day. I can't judge it. All I can do is tell you how homie was rocking when I met him. I ain't saying no two of his hands busted by. So all I'm saying is I had a situation with Wine that I didn't like the way he was rocking. You know what I mean?
And you had a situation with Lecrae
that I didn't like the way he was rocking.
So
that's all I'm saying.
So you're just trying to be unbiased and say that you had a situation with both men and you didn't like how both situations went.
No, I'm trying. So I'm past. So I wanted to set all that up so I could pass a judgment in saying in this situation.
What do you pass the judgment on?
I wanted to set all that up so I could pass the judgment and look at this camera and say, "Big dog, NuWine, you're wrong, homie. You're wrong. Let me tell you why you're wrong. Now listen, bro. I am not the guy to shoot nobody no bail, especially Lecrae. Because, dog, I'm on record saying some real stuff Lecrae did and some super fake stuff that Lecrae did. I'm on record with it. You know what I mean? I'm 130 positive plus percentages with this thing. 500 degrees in this thing.
Right.
You understand? So please don't think that I'm a fan and I'm shooting some bail, dog, at all. All right.
So are you directed to NuWine right now?
Yes. This segment right here is for one.
Okay.
So, but even so we can learn from this situation.
What would you like to see happen? That's
exactly. Wait. I got it. So wait, go up. So here's what I'm saying, Wine, for people that's familiar with the circumstance. You asked Lecrae to do a record. Lecrae said he'll do the record. Not only was he gonna give you a 16, he was gonna give you maybe a doper beat, or maybe he was gonna mess the beat up. Who knows? You charged on your video, you charged the homie up saying you gonna mess with a producer's beat.
You don't.
Without telling him. First of all, you don't say you don't, because I've been doing music since I was 8.
Let me ask you a question. Since you've been doing music since you was 8, if a producer sends over a track and you come back and you like, let me do this. What happens to that producer's?
I've seen it done.
I'm asking you a question. I ain't saying what you're saying done.
Okay.
What happens to that producer's percentage once you try to get on there and you make something happen?
Well, those conversations. Wait.
I'm asking you a question. You can't answer the question.
I'm trying to answer the question. I'm just not going to answer the question the way you want me to answer the question.
The right way?
Because when it comes
does the percentage change or not?
When it comes down to percentages, mechanical royalties, that's an after conversation. We got to get past the conversation of are we doing a joint record first?
Brother.
So first,
why don't you just answer my question?
I'm
asking one direct question. I didn't ask you about
the percentage may not change because the person may just. It's kind of hard to have a conversation. You don't let me answer the question.
Really?
I just who was the interview I was just watching? Manny Fresh. When Manny Fresh did what happened to that boy with the Clips, and when the Clips was signed to Star Trek, Pharrell, Manny sent the track to Pharrell. Mm-hmm. Pharrell told Manny he didn't like the drums. Mm-hmm. Let me change some stuff to the drums. Manny said, hey, cool, let's work together, whatever. That's collaboration. Now from there, does Pharrell get writing?
Of course he does.
You can't say of course, because there's a whole bunch of songs that I've done that I didn't file for publishing. That so we don't know.
Bruh.
We don't know.
You versus the major people that's out there.
No, we don't
have
know.
Credits.
That's
Wino
a lie.
understands music business for sure. We're gonna agree on this. Wino understands music business and gets his credits and his rights. Agree or disagree? Because I can pull up the stats. Lecrae also understands business when it comes to music. He gets his credit and his publishing for everything he does. Agree or disagree?
I agree, but you added something in that I ain't talking about.
It's a point that has to go in there.
All right,
can I send you something that I'm telling you that me and my homie, one of my good partners, agreed already on this track, and we agreed that you should do it, and I'm the producer, and I'm sending it to you, asking you to get on the track. I didn't ask you to change the beat or anything else. I asked you to spit a 16, and you agreed, or an 8 or whatever it was, and you agreed. I didn't ask you for the comeback. I didn't ask you to change nothing on this. I said, would you get on this, my brother? Blah, 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 blah. You said yes. I'll send you a track. You try to come back at me with, oh, man, listen, let me change blah. Nah, bro, that ain't what I asked you to do. So I can feel him on that. That's not, if I send you a track and I say, get that, I want you to get on this 16, and you agree to get on the 16, but then you come back and tell me you want to do something else, bro, I don't need you to do it. Look, I asked you to get on the track. This is the first track I got for you, right? I already got everything else laid out. I don't want anything else from you for this track. It's called Business.
You finished?
Yeah, bro, it's business.
All right. So getting back to my point, before you get to the business, aspect of anything, we have to come to a decision. I'm an artist, have been for 20 plus years. I have been sent records where I have suggested to change beats, where I have suggested to change hooks. That's called the creative process. If we are working together, if you hit me up, you hit me up, you say gifted, I want you to spit a 16. But I'm like, you know what? I hear a dope hook, or I hear how I can make your hook better. And I'm like, and you hit me up and you say how the 16 coming. And the 16 coming dope, but check it out. I'm gonna put a hook on there too. And if you like it, use it. If you don't, you don't use it. No, that's not something that I will get mad at. That's the point that I'm making. NuWine, according to his video, when Lecrae told him that he wanted to add something to the beat or change it up a little bit, he immediately felt that as disrespectful. The point that I'm making is I don't think that's disrespectful.
And I just gave you a perspective of why it could be disrespectful.
Well, if that's the case, if that was, first of all, we don't know, right? Because we not in his.
You're giving a perspective, and I'm giving mine.
I'm saying, but the point that I'm making is, I'm not saying my perspective is right, and you're not saying your perspective is right. We are giving it to the people just as blanket as he gave it to us. And I'm going according to his video. I'm not making any kind of inference. I'm not talking about BMI, ASCAP, or CSAT points. None of that stuff. Because he ain't talking about this stuff on the video. I'm talking about what he was talking about.
Which is
you sitting here trying to
because he was disrespected because a man wanted to change his beat, right?
You sitting here trying to play psychic like you and this man. Like
it's not psychic, bro. It's not psychic.
You don't know what's in this man's head.
You're right, I don't.
So
it's a thing called business. What are you talking about,
man? But he wasn't talking about.
He
wasn't talking about business. If it was about business, you don't think he'd mention that?
That's why he didn't do it, right? That's why
I don't know.
That's why he chose to make a whole post talking about how disrespected he was that you wanted to come back at me and change the beat that I sent you.
I'm humble enough to say
There's two things that happen if you change the record. One, you change the song that I originally created, and I'm the artist or the author of this song. And two, now I gotta give you credit or points for this record because you done put your thing on there.
Or you make it 100% better. Prime example. I give another example. You just got a song mastered by mixed by Bruce.
Yeah,
I brought Bruce a record that was done by a producer. Bruce is a master mixer.
Bruce the car, baby.
But he's also a fire producer.
Facts.
Bruce heard the beat.
Got some plaques.
Took the beat apart.
Okay.
So I told Bruce, I said, well, look, Bruce, let me hire the producer. And let me let y'all chop it up before that happened. Mm-hmm. So Bruce let him know, hey, bro, I got some ideas for your track. You know what I mean? Let me check it out and let you hear it. You know what dude said? Man, cool, man. When y'all do what y'all do, let me hear it when y'all got it done. Boom. The dude, me and the producer, decided to go with Bruce's version. This man didn't get offended. This man wasn't like, man, what you mean, man?
He's not one of them.
Exactly my point. So
it's a different person.
So from my perspective,
so everybody got to be on the same page as your producer?
Not at all. I'm just showing that if 2 people or 3, 4, 5, 6 people are working on a record, it goes several ways. The best records are collaborative records. We spend way too much time on this.
You are spending way too much time on it.
The best records are collaborative records, right? There's no room for ego.
In your opinion.
In my opinion, 100%. In my opinion, I'm gonna say some. Let me say all. Some of the best records are collaborative efforts where you got multiple people coming in, giving ideas, whether it's the snares, the drums, the bass line, what have you. That's why Tupac music is timeless, because there was 20 people in the daggone studio that made Ambitions of a Rider. You know what I mean?
20 people made that track?
I'm exaggerating.
Exactly. Daz Dillinger, I don't know what he's talking about right now.
Right.
But please tell this man you made the track.
But they are bass lines. I forgot his name, but there's a documentary. But anyway, the point that I'm making is when Craig said that I'm gonna give you a 16, I want to play around with the beat a little bit. According to Wine video, Wine said he felt like he was disrespected as an onlooker, as a fan of both artists, as a fan of the creation of music, at that point, why I feel like you walked in some pride.
Again, that's
you know what I mean.
That's your opinion.
I can say that I don't need an echo.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
It's recorded on audio and it's recorded on Facebook. You walked in some pride. Now, watch this. When you brought it to Lecrae, and I'm gonna close it out. You say what you want to say about it, Cal.
I'm going to.
When you brought it to Lecrae as a man, like you should have, because you could have just got angry and you didn't want food with it. But you let Lecrae know how you felt, which was dope, because that's what men do. Lecrae straight told. Lecrae was like, you know what, bro? Just too much confusion. I just don't want food with it. I'm gonna go ahead and back about this thing. At that point, I got respect for Lecrae too, because at the end of the day, you're responsible for your own peace. And the man was like, man, if you acting like this because I just want to collab with you and make some change with the beat, I ain't go fool. I just don't want food with it. What you got?
The man's entitled to feel however you want to feel.
Agreed.
He's a man.
And I'm entitled to have an opinion about how you feel. Because he brought it to the public.
All right, cool. Regardless, if we brought it to the public or he didn't, it don't make it wrong. It don't make it right.
Right.
Wino, feel how you want to feel, King. It's all good, big homie. Check 100%. It out. If you feel like Lecrae was on some weak stuff for that, so be 100%. It. That's how you feel.
And Wino, I feel like you was on some fake stuff for that. So y'all gotta figure it out. Now, you asked me in the beginning how I would like to see them come together, because I think Wine and Lecrae will make some dope music. You know what I'm saying? But that's what's happening on the music scene. Also, the homie Brian from Kingdom Music just dropped Live and Grow. Make sure y'all go check that out. That thing dope. So also in the world, listen, bruh, I don't even know where to start.
Good. So let me start.
Go ahead.
In the last couple of weeks, everybody already knows what's been going on in society as a whole. There's been a lot of senseless police killings. I mean, this has been going on for years now, right? It seems like we constantly talk about this. You got police killing everybody. It seems like Ahmaud Arbery a couple weeks ago, these gentlemen felt like they could take it upon themselves to chase this young man for, I think it was total like 8 minutes down the street while he's jogging, box him in, and then while he's fighting for his life, ends up getting shot 3 times by a shotgun, dropping dead. And then this happened in February, and the police excused it because the guy that shot him was an ex-police officer, and he was cool with the DA at the time, so they dropped the case, dismissed it.
You are a horrible storyteller, bro.
You got a lady that's in the park.
Wait.
I'm bringing it in. We got this lady that's in the park. Let me talk, bro.
I don't want to go.
I don't care what you want right now. I'm talking. I just let you talk for half an hour about this. Anyway, we got this man.
Your merging stuff.
Hold up. We got this lady, Miss Ann Cooper, who felt like it was necessary to her to call the police on somebody else who's in the park while she's strangling her dog. Message, she was a white lady.
Okay.
All right. Fast forward. Yesterday in Minnesota, we have a young man by the name of Big George Floyd. He's from Houston, Texas, third war zone, who gets murdered basically on a video by 3 policemen sitting on the man's back and one is on his neck, while the one lone Asian man is trying to, what I really don't know, but apparently he didn't have enough whatever to stop them from potentially killing this man or even kind of breaking that up. So we're knuckling all that in, all this crazy energy that's been going on in the United States of America, coupled with this COVID-19 crap. It's a lot of stuff happening right now, and black folks are getting upset and pissed. And if they ain't, I am for everybody.
It's so hard being the only professional in the room. So bringing it back, because all these things are so tragic, I'm not about to just brush past it like that. Dealing with Aubrey first and foremost. All right, so you got a young man. These facts are constantly rolling out. They're constantly rolling out. So let's put everything on the table first. In Georgia, there is a stand your ground law. And there is also, I don't know the name of the statute, but there is also a law where if you see somebody committing a crime, you can perform a citizen's arrest. So those are 2 laws that are on the books. No matter how we feel about them, That's on the books.
It's actually in most states.
Okay, well I don't know, but this happened in Georgia. I don't care about other states.
Yeah, well.
So in Georgia,
so
that's what we dealing with. We dealing with a stand your ground law, and we dealing with
we dealing with stand your ground law.
A citizen's arrest law. So we got a young man that lives in the neighborhood that's jogging. As a kid, and even though I used to change 18-wheel tires, and so I used to go on construction sites all the time, and so you never really get to see buildings unfinished unless you do construction. But if you don't do construction, you never get to see this stuff. So I used to walk in these places all the time, just looking at the wiring, looking at the beams. You got skateboarders. They do the same thing. I mean, anything open. The point that I'm making is people venture in to these types of buildings. So there's also on camera, it was several people that entered into this domicile that they was building. On camera, this is on camera. So on this sad particular day, for those that's not familiar with it, you have a young black man jogging. He went to the facility, looked around, didn't touch nothing, didn't look crazy, walked in, ran out. So some neighbors saw it. Now, according to the neighbors, they said it had been some break-ins, whatever. They decided,
how you break into a building that's not closed?
That's wide open. But I mean, trespassing is trespassing. But that's neither here nor there.
It's definitely here or there. You just mentioned it. Well,
I just answered. You can't if that's private property. As soon as you walk on the property, it's considered a break-in. You're trespassing. That's the answer.
So everyone that was on that video was trespassing.
100%.
Okay.
100%.
Put that out there.
So as he's going down the street, you got a good old boy, whoever it is with a camera, and then you got two people in the truck. But as a matter of fact, the truck was in front because the truck was already blocked. They already had a roadblock in the street. So dude that was videoing was behind. So what we see on the video, for those that have not seen the video, we see Aubrey. He runs. He's on the left side of the road. You see the young son. He got a long gun, long barrel shotgun. He on the ground. His daddy got another gun in the truck bed. Aubrey runs to the right of the truck, runs around the front. Him and the son start tussling. In the middle of the tussle, the son shoot the man with the shotgun. Man dropped dead.
Shot him 3 times.
Shot him 3 times. Man dropped dead. What did he do? Even if let's just paint the awful picture. Let's just say,
let's not paint the picture because that didn't happen. Let's keep it 100.
Anyway, you talk the way you talk, I talk the way I talk. We can paint the awful picture. Let's say Aubrey was in there stealing copper wire. That still does not deserve a death sentence. Period. I don't care what you thought he was doing. I don't care what you saw he was doing. Every man deserves his day in court.
Well, here's the thing. So in the society that we live in right now, every man, it seems, except for black men, deserve a day in court. And this is kind of apparent based off of the police's handling of black men,
right,
or the mishandling of black men. And this is by police force from the East Coast to the West Coast, from as high up as Minnesota, Wisconsin, on down to Texas. All right, so while I do want to give credit and shout out to those good police officers and police women who are out there who actually care about humanity, right? Let's just call that what it is. Who care about humanity and do their job, protect and serve like they're supposed to. And maybe even those police men and women who actually speak up when their counterparts misuse their power or, just go overboard or whatever the case may be. Salute to you, ma'am. Salute to you, sir. For the rest of you bums with a badge and a gun that think that it's okay for you to take a life, or for you, maybe y'all got bullied as kids or whatever. I don't know what makes you think that it's okay for the actions that take place for you to shoot aimlessly or just willy-nilly, or for you to mishandle information, or for you, detective, or for you, captain, who finds out that your policemen and women have murdered an innocent person, or even like Gifted just said, everything innocent. Somebody who didn't pose a threat to them, they slaughtered, and then got it on body cam and you hide it. Shame on you. And you ain't no better than the policeman or police in the same city and worked for the DA, and she smothered it.
Right. Well, when I'm saying they didn't get involved, I'm speaking about the aspect of the act, of everything happening. Normally, it's the police killing, you know what I'm saying? This is another Trayvon Martin situation. And what I'm saying is this. So the reason why I started out with the whole aspect that there is a stand your ground law and there is the whole citizens arrest thing is like, Aubrey had a right to stand his ground. Like, you not a police. That law need to be taken off the books, bro, because it ain't nobody in their right mind gonna let a civilian arrest them, dog.
Well, you know.
You don't think about that.
No, I'm with you on that, but you know why that law existed? You know why that even was wrote?
Why? It was written. Why it was written, not why it was written.
It was written.
I know you went to school in California. He's not your fault.
Yeah, I forgot you was an English teacher in 5th grade or something, but regardless, it was written. I said it right the first time. It was written.
No, you said wrote. You said wrote.
No, I didn't. I said written.
You said the reason why it was wrote.
I said it was written.
It's
and
recorded
then I said
and it's on audio.
Right, so I know.
And it's on video.
It's good. I just admitted the second time. I was like, anyway, shut up. It was written because when they created the police force, they didn't have enough people to do what? Capture African Americans. So what they did was, hey, I'm going to give you the authority that if you see them, you can make a citizen's arrest and we capture or arrest them. And the law has been set since then.
Is that fact? I need to research.
It's a fact. It's also in your Constitution.
Crazy.
The Constitution of the United States of America, the corporation,
Crazy.
that thing that exists, that we don't really read. How many times, and this is a question for everybody that's out there in Facebook land, or if you're on iTunes catching us live, or SoundCloud, or wherever you're tuning in, I want you to really think about this. Because even in school, we went over the Constitution, like very thinly, but how many of you have actually read the Constitution of the United States of America? I can assure you, out of 1,000 people, it's going to be 2, right? Because most people just don't want to take that time to break down and read it. Well, I actually did over the last couple of weeks. That's why I'm giving you this information. In the Constitution, black people, African American people, are property of the United States of America. I want you to get this in your skulls. I want you to understand this. And then I also want you to challenge me. Go read the Constitution. Black people / African American people in this country are property of the United States of America.
And you're saying this is in the Constitution?
I just told you. You said it's recorded, right?
It's recorded.
All right.
Video and
Go read.
audio. Hey, always fact. I don't know. I just said I ain't never read it.
Some of your great scholars. Shout out to Dr. Claude Anderson. If you don't know who he is, please Google him. He has a very impactful, powerful book called Powernomics. It's about how the African American community can pool our resources back together and come up with a comprehensive plan to take us out of the state that we're in. But we have to unplug from what you think is normal, right? Because a lot of the stuff that we were trained to believe is BS. It's just real. And so once you realize this, as a lot of people are starting to see, like, man, a lot of this stuff don't make no sense. Well, it doesn't make sense because it wasn't really designed for you or for me or for, and we've been afforded a lot of opportunities. I always hear the people that have to gripe back. They're like, well, we can vote now or we can do this. And they didn't let women vote back in the day either. And then they started letting women vote. But does that take anything away from the oppressive state of how businesses and big corporations and whatnot are run? How many women CEOs are there that are out there versus the men CEOs? Like there's a lot of disparities on certain things, and women have been on the rise. It's like there's black CEOs on the rise. Like, woo, kudos to them. But when it comes to changing these laws, black people who are rich, poor, famous, tall, fat, skinny, athlete, model, singer, regular Joe Blow, you can get it by any means at any time by the police. And it seems as if nothing happens when this takes place. Or for us black men, you can get falsely arrested and serve 5, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years in prison until they decide to say, oh, we already knew it was wrong or bad information. You can come home now after we smeared your name, ruined your family name, and maybe we'll give you $1 million for ruining your life for 30 or 40 years, which you're starting to see more of since 50 Cent's that For Life TV show that he had based upon a real life guy who got incarcerated. It was while he was in jail, learned to be his own attorney, and then got himself acquitted, and then started going to war for other people, other inmates who were falsely arrested and detained and all of that type of stuff. So, you know, pay attention. And I think for us as a community, speaking with you included, we need to figure out what's next and what we want to do and how can we really mobilize. Like when Dr. King was living, Malcolm X was living, these gentlemen were, even Farrakhan had a 1 Million Man March to talk about the strength of the black man and unifying us and helping us understand that we shouldn't even be killing each other because we're not the enemy, right? But we should be unifying and coming together. And as a whole, as a black community, as a black culture, we have a problem with that. Mm-hmm. We don't like to spend money with each other because you got on something that looks better than me. I'm jealous of you. Mm-hmm. You live in a bigger house. I'm mad at you. You drive a better car. I'm hating on you. Instead,
I have a really nice car.
You do have a nice car. but instead of hating on your fellow man or brother, ask them how they got there. Yeah. Get some information. Peek what's going on. Get informed. Get in tune. Dive in. Stop hating because they figured out something that you didn't.
But I mean, I'm with you. I'm with you 100%. But you know, you got a daughter that walk these streets.
Yeah.
I have 3 sons. Well, you don't have no sons. You got any nephews or something?
I got a bunch of them.
Okay, so you got nephews. I'll deal with the boy in a minute. Mm-hmm. You got nephews that walk this street. I got sons that walk the street. I just want to close out this everything. You know what I mean? It's like, what do you tell? Like, these are conversations you gotta have with your sons, bro. Like, what do you tell your son?
You your brothers.
Or your brothers, your male, any male. Because normally this would be a male thing.
Right.
What do you tell a male when he's approached by 2 people with guns accusing him of something?
Fight for your life. Because you ain't finna stand there and you gonna stand there and die? And that's fight for your life.
It's like, but, you know, again, of course, that's the initial reaction. But then I go back to the streets, right? Like, if a dude up on me, he got me. He got me. If he ain't close to me, if he trying to rob me, he got me. I'm gonna give him whatever. I'm not about to fight you behind them Jordans or behind them chains.
So let's check this out. I got you on that. Like, you talking about a dude on the street though. Talking about a dude that already, when he comes up to you, you know he's coming to rob because he's saying, "Give me what you got." He didn't come up to you and say, "Stop running, get in the car."
But that's what I'm saying. So it's like, but it's something to think about, right? Because our mentality now. So I'm only reason why I'm respecting dude and I'm gonna give him my tennis shoes, I'm gonna give him my money, is because he got the drop on me. So I ain't about to die behind nothing I can buy again, right?
Alright.
So let's slide over. I know it's gonna be difficult, but just
big difference.
But just slide with me, right? So I'm walking down the street and the same thing happened. I got these 2 white men. They get the drop on me.
Yeah, 3.
3 white men. Well, I ain't count him because he had a phone. I'm talking about 2 cats that had guns.
He had a gun.
He had a gun?
Yes.
Okay, so you got 3 people with guns, and so that's 3 people that really got a drop on me. So I'm inclined to think, okay, what would I do in that situation? You know what I mean? Would I just tag homie with the shotgun knowing they got 2 other guns on me? What would I do? Or would I try to just see what they say? It's really messed up. I don't know.
You know what I mean? I can tell you exactly what Ryan Akers would do. It's not going down like that, bro. I'm not going to sit here and have a conversation with three men I don't know, never seen you a day in my life, rolling up, chasing me. That's the part that you're missing. You left out the part. Somebody just walking up to you, talking to you like, "Hey, would you mind stopping?"
Hear what I'm saying? Because you gotta understand, dog. Like, this microphone is powerful. You know what I mean? You already know, dog. We got listeners in Bangladesh. You know what I'm saying? We got young people that listen to us and like really think about
facts. I'm with
really
that.
think about what you're saying. You got 3 people.
I'm with that.
They got the drop on you.
Uh-huh.
You ain't winning.
I'm already getting chased.
You getting chased and they caught you.
I'm fighting.
They caught you.
I'm fighting.
All right, so Kevin said he fight me. Listen, y'all, I'm just being. At the end of the day, I don't know because it's easy to quarterback this thing from the safety of the podcast.
Have you ever been in a fight before and it was more people that outnumbered you?
Guns never been shot in my face. You gotta remember. You know
I ain't worried about that. I'm asking you, have you ever been in a squabble with more than you were outnumbered?
Yeah, 100%.
Did you fight or did you just bow down?
We ain't talking about fighting, dog.
It's principles what I'm talking about right now. I'm not talking about a gun or not, because what you're saying is if it was a gun, all of a sudden now that changes your perspective on whether or not you're gonna fight back or not.
You're not gonna force me into your mindset.
I'm not forcing you into nothing.
You said you was gonna fight. That's what you said. So now let me say what I would do. I'm not dog.
I know you as a person. That's the thing that bothers me the most.
I know,
because you as a person right now are sitting here telling a story to these people that you're saying that you got at the sound of your voice right now. I know you as a person.
Once again, I understand that you're be cool. It's a conversation.
Man, you know what? I can no longer hang out with this individual who I know right now will not be strong enough to fight back.
Let me know when you finish so we can actually do the show.
Crazy, bro.
Because you talking a little bit, it's not gonna make good. It's not gonna make a good show.
It's crazy. It's already a good show. What are you talking about?
It's not a good show.
I'm on here. It's making it good already.
No, it's not. It sounds terrible right now.
How do you know?
So, because I'm a professional.
Yeah, says you.
So, you said you'll fight. That's fine. What I said was, first of all, I don't know what I would do, is what I started to say before you cut me off. And then I attempted to rationalize what it is that I'm talking about. Here's what it is that I'm talking about. If I'm walking down the street, it can be 15 people. If they just talk about fighting, I'm going to the hospital that day because I ain't running nowhere. Now, it's the introduction of the gun. 2 different things. I can handle getting whipped.
You being chased.
Or whipped in. I can't, dog, I've been shot. It hurts.
You being chased. Who said what?
So the point, dog, please stop cutting me off.
No, you've been cutting me off the whole day. What are you talking about?
I did my segment about NuWine and Lecrae. It's not that you talk about the freaking Constitution and women next.
And you talk for 30 minutes.
You went across the world about, and I'm still trying to deal with Aubrey.
Yeah, unfortunately, Aubrey is not the city right now. The conversation is George Floyd. That's what we're talking about.
No, it's a podcast, and it's about Aubrey.
Oh man,
it's about a white woman in the park. It's called pre-production, and we already had this conversation. The conversation was never that this whole podcast was going to be about this one situation. That's your hot button that you're ready to get to, but it's a show.
I hear you,
let me do the show.
No.
All right. So
you're lying to these people right now.
I'm not lying at all. So if 3 people run up on me with guns,
you just gonna stand there and take it.
I'm gonna stand down, Steve. You got to drop on.
Yeah, I got you.
So at the end of the day, Kev's saying that he gonna just die for him. Period.
3 people with guns run up on me. I'm not surrendering. We're squabbling until my last breath.
I'm saying 3 people run up on me with guns. I'm gonna chill and see whatever it is they're trying to get me to do, and I'm just trying to get home. You gotta drop on me with guns. I ain't fighting against no gun. I'm just not 3 people because I can't win it. So I'm going to try to survive this.
If I'm being chased already, you already have bad intentions. So if you stop me now with the guns, what is to make my mind think that you want to talk now? Even though you've been chasing me for 8 minutes. I'm squabbling for my life, homie, on everything.
Go ahead. You're bulletproof. I'm not.
It has nothing to do with being bulletproof.
And also,
it's a defensive mechanism that goes into a person's mind.
I'm the only one here that's been shot.
What was you? That's your bad.
I know how bullets feel.
Apparently, I got faster hands on quicker than you. I don't know why you got shot.
I know how bullets feel.
I've been blessed. Dig that.
So all I can say, just close this out, man. All I can say is just think. Whatever your thought process leads you to do, if your thought process leads you to fight, hey man, fight. If your thought process leads you to rationalize a situation, do that. But think. Do not I'll say, brother, because this is a situation that's crazy. So let's get off right now. We still watching this case. We gonna continue to watch it. We gonna continue to pray that justice is done. The dude that the camera He's been indicted.
Yeah, that's Brian.
You know, on murder. So hey, everything so far is going good.
I hope they go to the max yard.
You know, I will 100% because at the end of the day, what they did, that ball was wrong. So let's hit this real quick. The young lady in Central Park again, y'all. Let's not hit this quick. Listen, y'all. Listen.
Now you want to get on.
Yeah, no, because I just had to start. Like, there are powers and principalities, whether you believe in God or not. That's your personal business. You know what I'm saying? But there are powers and principalities and spirits that rest, rule, and abide over our atmosphere, right? Different cities have different spirits that rule and operate in these areas. When you look at the situation of this white lady in Central Park, listen to the words. Like, for her to tell this man, I'm going to call the police and tell them, notice her words. She didn't just say that somebody is harassing me.
Like you took a class on it.
That a man is harassing me. Her exact words was, I'm going to call the police and tell them, not harassing, threatening, my bad.
Right.
Threatening. I'm going to call the police and tell them that a black man is threatening. Dog, why do you think it was so important for her to add that adjective in her conversation?
It goes back to the statement that I made earlier about the Constitution that nobody reads or knows about because we're just taught to go over it. Black is already seen as, you know, the big bad thing. Remember that the guy that got shot in Oklahoma a couple of years ago from the dude in the helicopter said, that's a bad dude.
That's a bad dude.
Black is already deemed, they've created this narrative that if it's a black man, you already are the devil. Right? So, of course, anytime anybody, there's people that, the lady that I just saw a video of earlier today, I mean, God bless the little autistic boy that passed away. This is the mother of an autistic son. She's a white lady. Pushes her autistic son, who couldn't have been no more than 10, into like a little small lake or a pond. He drowns. She runs away, tries to say that two black men put the son in there. Unfortunately for her, and fortunately for some innocent black dudes who was about to go to jail for that, there was somebody with a video camera the whole time, watched the whole incident and turned it in. God bless you to whoever that saint was, because you saved two black men's lives.
Listen, man, we have to be able, whether we agree on everything, that's neither here nor there, but we have to be able to recognize right and wrong, good and evil, man. It gotta be a standard, and we have to realize that something is broken in our society. It's not a skin issue, it's a sin issue, it's an evil thing. And Martin Luther King said it the best, the quote escapes me, but he was basically saying something about silence. Tell me out. He says that be
silent with him is just the same. You talking about that one?
Yeah.
It's just the same as compliance. If you're being quiet while you know something is going on, you're the same as them. You're the same as a murderer. Listen, you watch a murderer and you're quiet about it.
And right now, I'm appealing to all my white friends. I got a lot of white friends that I love to death. We need y'all to join this conversation. I'm not asking you to agree with every video you see, every complaint you hear, every protest you witness. That ain't what I'm asking. But what I'm asking is that when you blatantly see something wrong, I want to salute one of my good partners, Jim Burgess. Jim, he come on the podcast sometimes.
Big Jim.
Jim always, he's an older white man. He owe me some barbecue out there in Magnolia, Texas. Come get my barbecue, Jim. I really am. But he always, when he sees something blatant that the police has done, he always says something. That's all I'm asking. Like, when you see it,
acknowledge it.
Say something, man. Like, for that woman to tell this man, I'm going to call the police and tell them a black man is threatening me, that means that this woman knows that her words are a weapon. Like, it weaponizes the police to come and kill us.
And you're correct. So I want to bring up a disparity really quick. You just made me think about something. Just a couple weeks ago when the COVID-19 was at its peak.
Let me guide you,
at its
bro.
peak,
I'm gonna need you
I have no idea what you're talking about right now. At its peak right here in New York, there was like, you know, a vast difference of how police handled black and minority people during the COVID-19. Them being outside, they got harassed, beat up, arrested. Like literally, they was going hard to paint.
And when Hispanics automatically rolled in.
I said, minorities. I included you guys.
Automatically rolled in.
All my essays, Espanol, Puerto Ricans, Dominicanas, whatever you are out there, my brothers and sisters, y'all are included, all right? Especially in New York, they was getting busy with y'all too. And then you had right down the street even. It was like 4 blocks over. White people that was at parks, the police was out there bringing them masks and hand sanitizer. And right down the street, 4 blocks away, the police is over here harassing, beating them up, arresting these people and whatnot for being outside in their own neighborhood. I don't know about anybody, but if you ain't been in New York residents, their projects are like, or apartments or whatever you want to call them, are built on top of each other. So you have to go outside in the street, and it ain't, you know what I'm saying? Like, you might need that little breath of fresh air, you know what I'm saying? Be cooped up in a little small crib, but nonetheless, there's a big disparity with police. I saw something earlier today that said we don't need to vote just on, you know, somebody that's gonna be cool when they get into the White House. Like, we're already dealing with Trump. We need somebody. If you're gonna go to the, first of all, I believe that we all need to come together as a unit anyway. But that's a whole other topic. I talk about that personally on my own show. Cause he ain't gonna agree. But anyway, I don't know what he's talking about. Because you disagree with everything just for sake of, even if it makes sense.
Yeah, I'm not contrary.
Yes,
you
are.
Making sense sometimes.
Yeah, whatever. At any rate, like I said, I'm gonna do that on my own show. But check it out. There's definitely an issue here, and it goes back hundreds of years. So if we're gonna start something, we have to start with understanding that there's something that's going on, as like you said, it's broke with our system. It's been broke, and we need that part fixed.
Broken.
Before we can go forward. I'm speaking. It don't matter. Before we can go forward. So all you people that are in politics, the people that actually have a heart, the people that love humanity, like, yo, what's up? Reach out to me. If y'all need help, if y'all have advice, or y'all need advice, if you need counsel about the hood or what to do or how to take progressive steps forward or whatnot, man, holler at people that can do that for you if you can't do it. You know what I'm saying? Inbox me. Call me. And not just me. I would tell you to call this guy, but I don't know.
Call.
You call. Get into a fight, he say he got your back. But if these guys are chasing y'all with guns, do not expect this.
Now listen, because I know it's a public platform. Let me tell you something I'm bust. Hey, if I can get to it, I'm shooting back. I said you got to drop on me. Now, if you give me some reaction time, your situation gonna be totally different. I'm just letting you know. I got 16 to clip, 1 in the head. Just letting you know. Don't misunderstand me, sir.
Yeah.
You gotta have a drop on me. but you know, dealing with this next thing, bro, heartbreaking. I found out about this today. I woke up, you know, same thing, you know what I'm saying? You know,
the Gregory?
Huh?
Which one?
Mr.
Floyd.
Yeah.
I mean George Floyd, sorry.
Log in, bro, and we don't know what happened before. It don't matter. Who cares?
Yeah, we do. It came out.
Oh, what happened? So what happened?
The store clerk accused him of writing a fraudulent check.
Okay.
And called the police, and you know, basically, how even the people that were on the scene, you know, they had put him in handcuffs already.
So did he fight with the police?
Yes, he.
Okay.
In handcuffs though, he was in handcuffs.
Okay.
Put him in handcuffs, and he didn't really want to get into the back of the truck. He was trying to explain himself, and what the police call that is resisting arrest. So the other set of police officers got called, and so there ends up being 4 police officers on scene. Now on the video, at first, the video that everybody else is normally seeing, you see the 2 individuals the Asian man, and then also
Toe. I remember his name. Toe.
Toe, and then their other guy's name is D something. Mm-hmm. But anyway, you have those two gentlemen. But the white police officer that you see on camera keeps his knee in my man's passageway.
Wait, because you're such a horrible storyteller.
Hey man, you know I was about to say something to you. I had a wrong podcast.
No, you gotta pay. Listen, like sometimes these atmospheres be chaotic, bro. It's a calmness on the street. The man, he is secured. His face is planted in the cement.
Nose in the ground.
Body is jammed against a car tire.
He is handcuffed.
He's handcuffed.
That means his hands are behind his back.
He isn't
a threat.
Irate. He is not howling. He is not screaming. He is calm as he is calm as a person can possibly be handcuffed with somebody kneeling on their neck. And the man is saying, I can't breathe. I can't breathe, right? That's so the white dude, he kneeling on the man on the area between like the bottom of his face and his neck. That's an air passage.
Right.
The Asian cop is standing up, having a whole, and now keep in mind, the same way we having this conversation, this is how the Asian cop is having a conversation with the bystanders.
There's a black young man, and then it ends up being
some
a lady,
people, right.
a white lady who was an EMS for the fire department, who actually comes out there as well because she watched it from across the street.
And the young man is calmly saying, just check his pulse. Check his pulse. He's saying
he's losing breath. Yes,
like,
exactly.
And the Asian cop, and keep in mind, the reason why we say Asian, we say white, it's just, we got, because race is a part of all this stuff.
Definitely.
You know what I mean? So don't get caught up in those buzzwords. But the cop is saying stuff like, don't do drugs. They looking at it like, okay, even if the man was fighting with the police beforehand, he ain't fighting anymore. And now minutes are passing. And listen, this man is not taking a break from having his knees planted, crushing this man's neck,
here's the crazy part
against the cement.
That while we only see the man, literally the woman that comes from across the street and another young boy are taking video camera, so you can see there's 3 police officers from his neck to his chest to where his butt meets.
They own
3 officers on this dude.
They own it. Now think about it. So let's say, I don't know this man, but let's say he was on drugs. When you on drugs, you already know now your heart is racing. You're not breathing right. Add a fight to that, right? You got to tussle. Now add 3 people all over your body. And another person kneeling on your daggone neck. Yeah. Imagine how hard it is for you to get your composure and breathe.
Well, my man definitely was trying to tell the officer that he was having stomach issues. He couldn't breathe. His chest was hurting and whatnot. And they just refused to allow my man to continue, man. Like, and the killer part is after he stopped breathing, they continued to sit on him for like another minute or 2 while everybody is pleading. At this point now, the lady that's the EMS
there you go with the bad storytelling. What was he pleading? What was the man pleading?
Well, the man was pleading with them to check his pulse. The lady was
check his pulse.
The lady was telling them to get off of the man, period, because he was already unconscious.
So the man is saying, "Sir, he's unresponsive." Like at that point, let's just slow down and think about that. You got a cop that's nearly crushing somebody air passage. You have another cop that don't have nothing to do with the fight. He's standing up, having a conversation, and the people that's talking to him is telling him, "Hey, bro, he ain't moving." At that point, some alarm should go off.
It doesn't. Check this out. This even puts it in more perspective. Have you ever seen the video footage? Unfortunately, probably a lot of us have. After they shoot and kill somebody, they go like, "What are you?" And then they call the EMS. Yes. So now you got a dead person with handcuffs on that wasn't even a threat before you put him in there. Like, for some protocol reason.
But dog, you also got to think about the other cops. Because remember, they was in blue. There's other cops that came in brown.
Those are EMS.
Those EMS.
Yeah.
He came, like, when I seen them pull up, I was like, okay, boom, it's over. But when the EMS came, he came, like, walked over, did something, and then walked away. Yeah. And the dude still was kneeling on this man's head, dog. Yeah. Say, bro, listen, y'all. I know there's some situations, and the reason why y'all have heard us go back and forth on this podcast several times about this stuff. Yeah, there are some situations. Look, Jim just joined in. Jim, I gave you a shout out. If you listen to the podcast via audio, we record it on Facebook Live. So make sure that you join us, Running My Mouth on Facebook. And so sometimes when people join in, that's what you hear us talking about. So there are some videos that are questionable.
A lot of them.
We can go back and forth all day long. But this one right here, this is something that I feel like, not that I feel like, this is something that I know, that we can all stand up and say, there has got to be something done the way that these officers are handling black and brown people, bro. It got, this man literally just sat on this man's head and on his neck.
It needs to be some time of reform. 9, 10 minutes. And when I say reform, I don't mean like the police need training. One of they gotta start going to jail, bro. Oh, definitely. One of the civil rights attorneys that's out here fighting for a lot of people that you'll see that's teamed up with Sean King is Lee Merritt, young brother from LA, who is he's a really great attorney. Mm-hmm. He's been on the scene. I mean, like working with a lot of these cases. He was with the Arbery case, Breonna Taylor. They had him out there, and the case. It was another case in Dallas too that he was working with. Even down here with the young girl that we went to a couple years ago. Oh yeah, the baby, yeah. Yeah. So like Lee Merritt is a really dope guy. I've been following him since Sean King started blasting him out, man, and.
Well, shout out Sean King. If y'all not following Sean King, SHAUN King. Yeah, man. Support Sean King, man. Follow him on Instagram.
I used to have my little reservations about him, but
yeah, I don't agree with everything, but
yeah, my man gets busy when it comes to this here, and he's able to kind of start the charge. So I gotta salute the people that's putting boots on the ground, and he's one of those people. Lee Merritt is also one of those people that are really out there advocating and fighting. I mean, you gotta have an attorney on your team.
Something gotta shake.
You know what I'm saying? But you know, I would dare ask a question. I seen a police officer talk about this earlier and say that they don't get trained like that. You know what I'm saying? These are like rogue incidents where these guys are just like losing their minds, basically. And I know that
it ain't rogue, dog.
I would agree with you. I'm telling you what this police officer was trying. He was trying to back his boys up a little bit, but without discrediting the uniform, I'm sure. But like as a police, if you're a police, you know,
that's a power trip.
Like what you know what I'm saying? Like what is it?
Power trip. And listen, and again, please don't ever think like we try our best. Obviously, we got biases. Every human being has a bias. But you know, I also saw a video. Well, I don't know where it was at. They had a man. Some neighbors called. They had a suspicious man in the neighborhood. When the police pulled up on the man, it was a black cop, black dude. The black cop started walking behind the dude. The dude finally turned around, started shooting at the cop, shot the cop in the neck. So I get that the job was dangerous.
Oh, I saw that one too.
I get that it's dangerous. And in that instance, the cop did nothing wrong. He was just trying to have a conversation, see who the man was. The man turned around and started shooting. So I get that officers are on edge. So I'm not talking about those sporadic times. I'm talking about those instances where you got a man down. You know what I mean?
Or when you know that a person just is not armed.
Yeah, like you
taking off.
I can't think of the boy's name, but the young dude that you brought up earlier when we were starting the podcast, he on Facebook Live.
Oh, in Indiana, man, Indianapolis.
He joking.
Yeah.
I mean, he was joking, but he was serious.
Yeah, he had some mental health issues, but he was on Facebook Live. He running from carjacked a car or something too.
No, why does this man have to die, bro? For running from the police is not the way it is, I'm about to say it's not a crime. It's not.
It's
but
it's
crime,
not worthy of
but
death.
It's not a death sentence.
Yeah, it shouldn't be worthy of death. And then not only that, but then to find out that there was multiple officers. If you watch that video, which is horrendous, I mean, the little dude definitely needed to get apprehended. But Jesus Christ, are you guys that out of shape and that whack that your first option is to just blaze a little dude running away from y'all instead of using your taser, which you have, or baton, which requires you to run after the particular individual? Run after him then. Hit him with the baton, disable the threat, which he wasn't really a threat. He probably weighed $150, soaking wet.
Yeah, he was a little bit.
You know what I'm saying? Y'all use it was like 8 different clips going off.
And then after the man is shot up, you hear one of the officers say, "Well, that's gonna be a
closed casket, homie."
Like there's no remorse. You know what I mean?
And
like
that was a black cop that did that.
Like somebody should have been sad that this had to be the outcome of this situation. You know what I mean? Like you shouldn't be happy. It ain't deer. You're not deer hunting. You know what I'm saying, dog? Like you ain't got the buck.
Hey, you know what? I seen something that says we are not a target. Right?
We are not
Shout
a
out
target,
to my brother
bro.
who makes these shirts, man. We are not a target. We are not a prize animal. Unfortunately,
Please,
you know what I'm saying? Don't mount us. You're not taking our heads home and put us on the walls. You know what I'm saying?
My son dude, he just started driving, and it's crazy the conversations. Like, and again, I'm pleading and I'm speaking. I'm not in these instances to my Caucasian friends, man. Like, you don't understand the conversations that we have to have with our sons and with our daughters, man. Like, imagine you have to tell your son how to navigate the gangsters, right? The evil elements in the streets. And we gotta sit down and tell our sons how to navigate the police, which is supposed to protect them from the evils of the streets. That's a hell of a conversation to have, man. Like I said, my son just started driving, and I fear, I feel the same pressures that my mom felt, when I started driving. It's like you getting pulled over by these people, and my suggestion, Caddy always disagrees, but my suggestion is always stay calm, keep your wits about you, do not argue with no police on side of the road, take your ticket. If the police ask you, get out the car. Man, just get out the car. Don't ask that man for what I'm doing, man. I'm telling man nothing. You got the right to remain silent. Shut up. Get a man your name, your ID, and your insurance, get the ticket, and fight that mess.
I agree to a lot of what he's saying, but I've been in both sides of that coin, which is why when I speak the way I talk about this. So, while I don't condone, anybody else's actions, I've been a victim of police brutality myself. Getting pulled over, getting pulled out, getting handcuffed, searched, police taking my money in front of me, stripping my car in front of me, and then locking me up in front of me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, all this happened. And then after a while, talking crazy to me while I'm getting taken to the station. You feel me? So for me, it's a little different. And I've been on the flip side of that, where when I get stopped, lights, like my man, what's my man, officer, my man that's down here from your town, man. My partner? Yeah. Kevin. Officer Kevin said, turn on your lights. If you're getting pulled over in the dark, turn on all your lights and roll your windows down. And it's crazy that we have to do all of these things, even though we know our Caucasian counterparts can pull out a gun in front of the police, talk to them crazy, smack the police. See, I seen a person smack the police officer, a white dude and a woman smack the police, and nothing happened to them. Ma'am, please put your gun down. It's like, what in the world's going on? But if it was a black woman I seen them kill a black woman in Baytown 2 years ago. All right? She was also on drugs, walking away from the police, smoked her. Like, so we have a big issue, a big problem. Who wants to have PTSD, man? It's like they keep feeding us this, like they want us to get beat down in our spirits, man, and it's sad.
It's a sad thing, but it's a reality. And we need to keep speaking up. I know sometimes you may seem like it's not working, but listen, these cases wouldn't even come to light if it wasn't for people like you and I. Speak up, man. Get on when you. And again, I'm not saying be out here and be no superhero and just be jumping on any and everything. Some stuff you may not agree with, but when you see something blatantly wrong, you are obligated to say something, man, because this is our world, this is our communities that we live in every single day, and it can be your daughter. Sandra Bland could have easily been your daughter, your sister,
auntie,
your mama, your auntie, anybody. Javon could have easily been any one of our sons, nephews,
brothers.
Aubrey. It can happen to any one of us.
Goes on.
I've been cussed out by the police and things like that. I've never been beat by the police, thank God. But I got into a fight one day at a party, and me and my homeboy went to jail, and I watched them torture. I'm talking about complete torture my partner in the interrogation room. Beating, in handcuffs, had a head growing from his head.
No, I'm not even trying to laugh at you right now, man.
He hates when I tell that story, man, but I've seen it. Like eyeball to eyeball, and I thought I was next. You know what I'm saying? And the only reason why he beat my partner like that was because my partner gave him the wrong name. That's it. My partner didn't cuss him out. My partner didn't brace up to him. My partner just gave him the wrong name, and he was able to do some research, found out he gave him the wrong name, and he beat the brakes off my partner, man, in the police station. And I looked at my homeboy like, man, we gonna do something? We gonna call somebody?
Wasn't he in handcuffs too?
He was in handcuffs, beat him in handcuffs.
There you go again.
Yeah,
weenie, big weenie, homie, the big coward.
100%, beat him in handcuffs. And it's like we talk about this stuff, to bring it to light on our platform because we serious about it, man. We do a lot of joking, we do a lot of things. That's what Running My Mouth is about. But it's like we need everybody to step in and start speaking up. And you don't have to have a big platform like we have. You can just have just your family, but start speaking, especially when you're on social media, man. Start sharing this stuff, start speaking out because we gotta bring light to darkness. We may never change it, but it is getting better. It's getting better.
It doesn't feel like it.
It's getting exposed.
It's getting exposed. I like that better than saying
we
it's
got
getting
exposed.
better.
The exposure is the only thing that's going to bring the change. If you keep it in the dark, what happens to stuff in the dark? It gets infested.
To your point, I watched a documentary the other day. They were talking about the Tulsa bombing, like Black Wall Street. You know about that, right? Tulsa, Oklahoma, 1921. Yeah. All right, so these were older black people who were still alive right now. They were kids when this happened. This lady was 94, this man was 105, and they were talking about being in a house during that time frame and how the government gave and the police gave white people the authority. If you see a black person, kill them. This is literally something that happened in the United States of America in 1921. It's an actual fact. This is not a lie. This is not something that's fabricated. They were given guns to go kill black people who weren't even inside of the town, right? They had their own little area outside. It was thriving. Black business was going. It was called Black Wall Street. And they literally tore it down and burned 43 blocks.
And it didn't only happen in Black Wall Street. There were several prestigious black communities that was destroyed, man.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. But we're saying like how this is how black people get viewed. You know what I'm saying? These people wasn't doing nothing wrong. People had their own lives. They were saying that they didn't even go downtown. They didn't have to. No, they didn't even need to spend their money there. None of that type of stuff. So anyway, I'm bringing that to say that, listen, we're still in the same state that was happening 100 years ago almost. Literally 100 years ago.
I ain't gonna say we're in the same state.
Yeah.
To me, I had that conversation with a friend of mine on Facebook earlier that I went to school with. She was saying kind of like the same thing you were saying. For me, it's a little disrespectful to make it seem like we go through what our ancestors went through. It's a little better for us. It ain't the best, but it's a little better, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like it ain't. For me, I feel like we do a real injustice when we try to compare. I don't think we can compare with what they went through to what we.
So I'm not. I mean, there's no way, any way that I can say that we're compared. We're the same as what they did. There was a different time, a different era, but I'm sure it was very similar. They had black thriving people that had money, that had black thriving businesses, that had black thriving communities, and guess what we got nowadays? We got black thriving millionaires, we got black thriving businesses, and guess what's still happening? Black folks is getting killed even by citizens arrest.
Yeah, now we got citizens.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Been going on still, so that's my point.
Bro,
it's been
citizens, please don't arrest nobody, bro. Please don't. If they not, I feel like the only way
Oh yeah, Rosewood in Florida, forgot about that.
Oh yeah, that's a whole other thing, Rosewood.
Yeah.
No, I feel like the only reason why citizens should make a citizen's arrest is if that person is breaking in your house. Maybe your maybe your neighbor's house.
I'm saying something like that is an actual threat. That's a problem. Then now you are defending your home. I get it.
You're breaking my house. I'm going to meet you.
I don't care what color you are. Again, I'm defending my home.
You gonna stay for a little while.
But listen. At that point, I'm justified now. You committed a crime now, right? What we saying is, the people that's out there, protect and serve, man. Your first instinct ain't to go to threat level 5, which is death. That's not your first. That's not what they train y'all. You got 5 different threat levels. Why is immediately your threat level is the 5th one?
Bruh, we gotta stand up. We gotta take control. And listen, this is my clarion cry to my people of God, man. We have the truth in our hearts, in our minds, in our spirit, man. Keep sharing that truth. Keep showing that love. Don't hesitate. Outside of the spiritual stuff, get naturally involved, man. If you ain't the front line, picket, protest person, that's cool. Just say what you got to say via social media, but we got to start standing up for what's right. We can't just let wrong just trample over us because eventually that thing will knock on your door. Yeah, and trust me, wrong hit a whole lot different when it's at your front door.
Sure.
100%. So listen, we rocking. We rolling this episode 47. Once again, anything you have going on, your products, your businesses, your organizations, you need promotion. You need to be in front of people. Make sure you email us at runninmymouth@gmail. We have awesome opportunities, awesome packages, awesome prices for you to get your God-given gift, your God-given business, your talents, whatever it is, out to the masses.
Also, if you would like to be on the show, you got what it takes to come on here and hang with us, rub elbows with Batman and Batman, shoot us an email, runninmymouth@gmail.com. That's RUNNIN mymouth,
at gmail.com. And wait, you hiring?
Yeah. Listen, man, if you got a Class A CDL, a clean MVR for at least a year, and you can pass a drug test, that's important. Let me say that. If you can pass a drug test, I'm hiring, all right? If you're looking for work, contact us, www.royaltyrelocate.com.
Yeah, and make sure you follow me on all social media at The Real Gifted. The website is imgifted.net. Make sure you follow me on all streaming platforms. Follow me on YouTube, Gifted the Flamethrower. Man, look, we rocking. And as we said, like always, we said something you don't like, don't take it personal.
Just running
my mouth. We did. Thank y'all for joining us. Facebook Live, we appreciate y'all. Before y'all log off, please, if you have not, hit the share button one time. Thank y'all for joining us. Shout out to Doug. Shout out to 007. My homie. Look at 007 behind me right there. Shout out to Doug. Tyrone. Shout out to DJ Wiz. Catherine. Shout out to Auntie Vanessa. Shout out to Miss Holmes. Shout out to Jim. Shout out to my mama. Shout out to Dave. Shout out to Stephanie, D. Williams, the Dustin, LJ, my brother Greg, man. Shout out to everybody that joined us. Caesar Leo, Cortez, Sam, Mariah, Mark, DJ Marine, Sharon, Charles, John, what's up, 2020, Dave, Bubba, man. Thank y'all for joining us. Please make sure you share everything that we're doing on the Running My Mouth podcast. Y'all understand. Get it? Get it? Get it?